Hello, everyone. We are AMLYZE, and we're super excited today to present you our new info sharing concept, unleashing the power of AI to combat financial crime through the synthetic data. Each year, around $2 trillion is laundered through the global financial system, and companies are pouring billions of dollars to combat it by investing in different tools. And yet, 95% of all the alerts generated by these systems turn out to be false positives. Even that 5% that gets reported to the regulators as a crime, 90% of those reports have no value, and only 1% of criminal funds is eventually confiscated and frozen. We are clearly losing this fight, and we believe that the answer is information sharing. There are a couple of reasons why it doesn't work today. One, firms are still relying on outdated regulatory reports to fight modern financial crime. Second, the lack of machine-readable data restricts the effectiveness of machine learning models. And ultimately, data privacy regulations do not allow the companies to share data effectively. And we believe that we have a solution for that. We are currently building a financial crime prevention network, which will allow the banks and financial institutions to stop more bad guys, convert more good guys, and ultimately lead to less financial crime in the world. And I would like to present you how we believe we can achieve that. If you can go to the demo now. So we are now in the Financial Crime Prevention Network, which we're currently building. Imagine that you are an AML officer within the bank, and you need to decide how to monitor your client and transactional activity to identify those potential suspicious behaviors. Now, traditionally, what you would do, you would look at historical data on how it happened before, or you would go to the official websites of the regulators to identify what are those red flags and how to monitor that. But those reports are very outdated. When the crypto scam started, it took around 1 year for the regulators to issue reports on how to effectively combat it. We want to change that, and we want to bring that information close to real time through the power of network. So again, imagine that you're viewing as AML officer within the company, and you need to determine which typologies you need to choose to monitor your client activity. You can select the region that you're in, you can select the type of the company you are, the products you offer, and the type of customers you serve. And you can use it, as first of all, as a knowledge base, where you can find all the different types of money laundering, fraud, and terrorist financing typologies. Now let's go inside one of these typologies. So at the top, what you see is the basic description of what this typology is and how does it work. But more importantly, you will see what has the network reported for this particular typology. So the key element here is the power of network. AML departments usually are the most secretive departments within the banks. They cannot share this information outside of the bank, but they cannot share it even within the bank because of the tipping off regulations. And we want to change that. So as an AML officer, you will be able to see how many other banks have reported this particular activity to the network. But even more importantly, this red line on the graph will indicate how much of that activity has been confirmed by the regulators. Now, this is golden data that AML officers are not able to get to today. So it's one thing, obviously, to see this information as a trend. So as an AML officer, I at least have a trigger now. I know that this activity has been spiking now, but what should I do to monitor it effectively on my internal systems? That's where the synthetic data comes in. So at the bottom here, at the mitigation table, you see 3 different models which have been submitted by the banks from the network. And the way they submitted it is they take the real customer and transactional data, they synthesize it, making it non-private, and then they can share it to the network. As I mentioned, this is overcoming the restriction coming from the privacy regulations, which do not allow to effectively share this information. So once these models have been submitted to the network, other network participants can essentially buy these models and download it and apply it to their internal customer and transaction monitoring systems. And not only that, they can also leave feedback and rating how good this model was in allowing them to reduce the false positives, to capture more financial crime. So other members within the network will be able to see this information and use it when making decision which model to choose to monitor their customer and transactional activity. So this tool will allow, as I mentioned, to achieve 3 things for the banks. First, it will allow to convert more good guys by reducing the false positives. Second, it will allow to capture more bad guys through more accurate models from the network. And ultimately, what this is going to do is going to bring a broader good to the society by reducing the global financial crime numbers. I want to thank you very much for your attention. Please visit us at our booth. We are currently raising for our seed round, and we're also actively looking for the members to join the network. So please come at our booth, and please, let's fight this together. Thank you very much.